Hello, fans, followers, and seekers of the spiritual path. Thanks for tuning into this video today, where I would like to talk a little more about the twin flame story and maybe be clear about certain things that for me are, but maybe I have not thought about how clear they could be for other people. And first of all, I'd like to comment on why I'm sharing my personal story and the reason why I've done this blog around one way of walking this spiritual path. By the way, I'm here in this warm weather in Florida. No matter what time of the day I go out, I'm pouring in sweat as if I was in a Turkish bath all the time. It's quite late at night, evening, and though the weather is a lot better than in the morning, I'm still sweating like crazy, so I hope you don't mind me going over my face now and then. Anyway, when I started having this strange relationship with this person, why do I call it strange, first of all? Mainly because at the personal level, it was a very difficult relationship, but while I was, and I'm still in the relationship at the soul level, and I can call it soul level because of the transcendence of the experience, everything was quite different. And we have been accustomed to live from our personal self, our lives, from our ego self, and the level of the soul is not so clear to us because we have not had the maybe the discipline to follow it since we were little. So it could be rather strange to have these experiences coming from the soul level and trying to have a personal relationship that goes from the ego level. And so I realized that this was not a very typical, usual relationship because it was happening at two different levels. And then I understood through the mystical experiences that started happening to me, mostly related in learning what unconditional love was and is, that this must have to be a very different type of relationship. And what I've understood through the years, which are only 7 so far, but very intense, at least for me, is that this kind of relationship happens in our lives to teach us lessons. And so, though I have shared my personal experiences in trying to understand this these different levels of relationship, the personal and the spiritual, which are so different, I believe that the best way I could reach to make that clear and that understanding that this is a relationship that's helping us to really connect to the spiritual dimension is through sharing what I have experienced and the perspective that at least I am giving it to it because I'm experiencing it at two different levels. I wish I could say that I have understood clearly how to maintain myself at the spiritual level, but it is quite difficult because we live in this world that it has so much pressure to live out of our personal ego self, which is divided and individual and separate from the rest, that what I've done is to incorporate in my daily life more and more moments of that level of consciousness that help me to prepare myself to live in another dimension of our possible existence in this earth. And to work myself through this process of every moment of the experience that I have with him, of working through the little bits and pieces of the ego parts, like, you know, the desires, the control, the power struggles, all the things that we go through, what a personal self wants. I want him to be in his spiritual self. He can't, and therefore I have my personal struggle with it. And he would like to develop his spiritual self, but he's blocked, and that creates a little bit of conflict, especially because of a lot of power struggles that we go through now and then in the relationship. We are close, we separate, we come close again. It's like, it's so magnetic that it's very difficult to let go of it completely, for him and for me. And it's like, okay, how to deal with this? And every little thing that happens that I share through my personal story is actually because there's a lesson involved in it that is helping me understand more of what we can learn. And I share it because I hope that it can open some doors or possibilities to other people. Mainly because we are so wrapped up in our personal self and in our habitual way of being that it is not so easy to open up to other possibilities unless we allow ourselves, or we give ourselves permission to open up to other possibilities, to open up to other dimensions. And so my intention is to knock into those doors through what I discover little by little in this work with my personal self, which, you know, that's all I can share. There's no enlightenment in this process, so, you know, it's just a desire to reach a clearer state that maybe one day can, through this process, reach a higher level of clarity, and maybe hopefully in this lifetime, which I believe it's very optimistic, would reach a higher level of enlightenment. Not exactly the Buddha enlightenment, because that would be too arrogant to pretend that I could reach that level this time. Though I know that by working with oneself and clearing away and letting go of everything that we attach to, it is possible that, you know, we can all reach a higher level of connection to our true self and the truth that transcends just one lifetime. And so I hope that what I have shared in the different chapters has been seen in this light, that you know, it's a process that by sharing it, people can identify with certain areas or certain experiences that do not feel that they're alone, that many of us are going through this experience, and it is the way that maybe we are choosing to grow spiritually or to open up to spiritual dimensions. There are other ways. It's not the only possible way. I mean, and every relationship can be a school. It can be a teacher to us to grow spiritually. What I have felt in my own experience is that specifically this kind of relationship it's been the one that has taught me the most about the high level or high quality energy of things like unconditional love, that I invite you to see the chapter that I have of that unconditional love and experience, which was just amazing to be able to embrace it. And whenever the flow of energy comes around and allows me to embrace it again, oh my God, I just feel myself with it, and I'm grateful that that energy is coming again, and hopefully that one day I can live by it and in it most of the time, because the energy comes and goes as I am still being moved by the cosmic energy that is influencing my personal vibration. It is influencing each one of us. We don't control it. We are still being affected by that cosmic energy. And I imagine that if one day we reach enlightenment, we would be able to be more aware of it and know exactly what to do or how to react to it. So I hope that the story that I've shared so far has given hints on what to do, which way to go about some things, not to feel so anxious and desperate to want to be with that twin flame, and more or less, I've been in certain phases of the story desperate, but at the same time I realize that the more I'm in tune with that spiritual self, the calmer I get about it, and the more I surrender to just let it be whenever it has to be. Maybe we can connect in a closer physical way this lifetime, maybe not. And it's perfectly okay, because the idea is that by working what we're working on, each one of us in this lifetime, we are pushing ourselves to be able to eventually, when the moment is ripe, to connect at every level, and that will have an effect, like a ripple effect, on affecting many others in opening up or waking up to that consciousness. This is not the only way to open up spiritually or to work to other dimensions. It is one way, and it's happening to many, but there are many other paths that we can choose to open up in our inner process and our spiritual development that are as good as this one. And so I hope we can continue to walk together. I hope the videos that I share continue to support many people in the findings and the research that I do about understanding this process. And I just wanted to make this pause and get clear about it for the people that have watched the whole so many chapters that I have so far, and this do a little reminder of this, and mainly why I'm sharing is not because of just the story between him and me. It's about the teaching that is behind the story that is the most important thing, and for me it's been very, very important to share it, because it has helped me connect with people that are going through the same thing, and we can communicate and we can support each other. There are many stories out there, and they are all sort of going in the same direction, and I hope people who are sharing their twin flame stories as well be of amazing help to you, and we continue to support each other in this path as it is appearing to us in this lifetime. Okay, thank you very much. Please, if you want to subscribe to our channel, do so. You can also follow us in our blog, which is awakening.goypaz.com. We have our Facebook as well, which is awakening.goypaz, and you can follow in our bilingual Twitter, which is goypaz as well. Thank you very much, really, for connecting and being part of the process that I'm able to share and creating this energy with everybody else who's sharing their twin flame story. I'm very glad that there are many of us that are able to share and give perspectives into this situation. Okay, until the next time, take care.